Lily here from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I'm coming to you today on Sunday, April 12th with another one of my weekly WIP'n chats. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube. And of course, those of you that are returning, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning into a WIP'n chat, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat is where I chat to you about what's been going on in my world. So feel free to pull out a project and work alongside me, or treat this as a podcast, whatever floats your boat. So let's get into it, because as you probably saw from the little title face card, or I don't know what you call that, the intro card? I have no idea. Anyway, I am going to be continuing to work on Mystery Kit Halloween by Catriona Crayon. So you will see lots of spoilers, but I came to the conclusion that if you're here, you've just been following along with this series, so there's sort of no point in me hiding the canvas anymore. Anyway, okay, so let's get into it, because I actually have updates, a lot of them, shockingly, and it's sort of weird how it's actually been a busy week. Anyway, so in terms of supplies, I am using a Creations Moran tray, and as you can see, there's already drills in it because I was working on this project earlier today. This is the top of my like cupcake trash holder, but I was using it as like a cover minder. The pen that I'll be using is my custom pen from Creations Moran. It's one of my favorites for spring. It's just like this beautiful purple, which is my favorite color, and it has butterflies because I really like butterflies. And release papers are coming from Bee's Crafty Corner. So let me get this booted up, because I was almost done this section and then I decided to do some housework. So I'm imagining, because today's setup is a little funny, like you'll notice we're sort of on an angle here, but I imagine I'm going to try and finish this section and then hopefully open up this section during the video. But yeah, anyway, so how are you? What is new? Like I said, for me here, it has been busy. Let me see, updates, where do I even start? I guess I start with just general life updates. Okay, general life updates here. What happened this past week? Oh my gosh. Oh yes, that's right, because last weekend was Easter. This past week was the longest 4-day week of life. Pretty much work has been busy. My IEP reports and report cards are due on Wednesday and Thursday this week, so I'll be busy with that. On Wednesday, I officially started back with my dance class, and this term I am taking a combo technique class, and I'm also I decided to go back to like a beginner level 2 type course, because I really want to focus on just technique and practicing layering moves. So it's just sort of one of my goals for this term. And I had told my instructor that I just wouldn't be continuing with the advanced class this term, because I just really want to go back to basics. I don't know, like the last term I felt like I had learned a lot of new things, but I felt that in learning the new things, I was making too many mistakes with like basic foundational moves. So I'm like, you know what, this term, let's go back, let's just reset, let's focus on, you know, these basic foundations. And with that being said, my dance instructor is going to be providing me with some new challenges. So yeah, so Wednesday it's about 2.5 hours of dance, but I am really enjoying it. I'm really happy. So my dance will go into June, and then unfortunately my dance instructor, she did announce that she is closing her studio at the end of this term, which is sad, but she says that she's not going to go anywhere. She's just going to be looking for a new space to rent. Sorry, I like hit the camera here. So I guess I'll just have to wait and see what she finds to determine if I'm doing classes this summer or If I go back in the fall, I don't know. But yeah, so that's sort of what happened with that. But yeah, so Wednesday was dance. Friday was pretty busy. Friday was after work, I went and did groceries, and then my boyfriend was coming down to visit on Saturday. So Friday night, I did all of my laundry, and oh my gosh, there was so much laundry. I don't know what happened this week. Like, it was so much. I'm like, for one person, how is this a thing? So anyway, I did my laundry Friday night. I did groceries Friday night. And then Saturday, I was up early because I had physiotherapy for the nerves in my arms, and I am so happy. So happy and proud of myself. So in last week's video, I was talking about how I've been working on like a new wellness routine and just really focusing on taking care of myself. Part of it is helping me like manage stress. Because for me personally, I'm sure lots of people, you know, have stress, but for me, whatever reason it is, stress just triggers nerve tension. And we have learned, I say we because my physiotherapist and myself, we have realized that when I am really stressed, it presents itself in just nerve tension in my arms. Because well, I've also been doing like the physio exercises to help, which are like stretches just to help with the actual like muscle and tendons or whatever. But by helping me sort of reduce my stress, it's definitely played a big role because now I don't have to go back to physiotherapy for 4 weeks. So this is like really, really huge. Because I was going like every other week. And obviously when I have my nerve tingles, then, you know, I'll have to go back because I'll need treatment. But I was really happy. She was really happy. It was a really big deal. So yay. So Saturday I had physio, and then I picked my boyfriend up from the train station, and we ended up spending the day together, and it was so nice because the last time I got to see him in person was in March. I realized long distance relationships are not for the weak. It is so challenging sometimes because, well, most of the time we video call pretty much every day, but like to see him in person was just so amazing. And Saturday was just such a beautiful day. So we ended up we grabbed sushi. That's like our favorite thing to do. And then we ended up going to a Tip Top Tailor's, which is like a men's dress wear store for clothing. And I helped him find a tie for my brother's wedding. And then we ended up having to go to Canadian Tire because there was some houseware hardware that I needed for the apartment, so he helped me out with that. And then where else did we go? Oh yeah, and then eventually we came home, well, back to my place, and we ended up watching, well, he watched a movie called Shelter. He decided to watch the movie Shelter. I fell asleep because I don't know, like every time I go to like a buffet and there is like copious amounts of food to be eaten, I get so sleepy. So I fell asleep. I could not tell you a thing about this movie other than the fact that it had Eric Bana in it and it was an action movie. That's all I know. But yeah, so that was that. And then I had to drop him off at the train station for him to go home. So yeah, that was Saturday. And then today has been a really weird day. I am feeling much better, but Saturday night, I was up until like 3 a.m. I was just so restless and uncomfortable. I don't know what was wrong. Like, you know, like when you're just like restless and like any position is just not comfortable. So that was last night. It wasn't great. I ended up doom scrolling on Instagram. I played my, I'm addicted to this game on my phone. It's the Disney Solitaire game. So I got addicted to that. I played that thinking that would help me sleep. I didn't even read my book, which we'll talk about the books in a moment. But yeah, I just could not sleep. So I just doom scrolled until like 3 a.m. and then I finally fell asleep. And when I woke up today, it was almost like 10:30, which makes sense. So unfortunately I missed church. And when I woke up, I had a raging headache and I felt hungover because for whatever reason, my body, like, I am someone that needs my sleep, and I go to bed early because I know I need my sleep. So when like my sleep schedule gets slightly off, the next day I honestly feel like I'm hungover. It's like I've gone out partying and it's just horrible. So yeah, that was this morning. So I missed church. I had a raging headache. I did not end up, there was like some stuff on sale at the grocery store that I was like, oh yeah, this could help, you know, just stock up with my freezer. I did not leave my apartment. I ended up doing some diamond painting, hence why this section is like half done. What else did I do? And I was able to do my meal prep for the week. So I was happy about that. I mean, Tylenol is my new best friend. So I was able to, I actually did a lot of cooking because last week I did not meal prep right because I started making like girl dinner, you know, cheese and crackers. Yeah, but this week I did better. So I have like my chicken, I made my sweet potato and ground beef, and I did some veggies. So I've got like lots of different things to mix up for this week with food. So that is a good thing. And then I thought the headache was going away and then it came back. And so what ended up happening was it started to come back. So I was like, okay, I will eat something. Maybe it's because I haven't had any food. So, you know, I fed myself. I made sure I drank my water. It's like, I feel like I'm like a plant, you know? It didn't help that it was like storming. So I was like, oh, maybe I need sunlight. I don't know. So long story short, I did all these things and I started to feel better. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not that bad, you know? And then I decided to try and watch a movie called We Bury Our Dead. It's with Daisy Ridley from like the newer Star Wars movies. I started watching it. It's about like a woman who, her husband was like on a business trip and essentially there was a military disaster and everyone essentially like died, but all of a sudden like the dead are starting to wake up and they become like the undead. But it's a thriller and she's like trying to find her husband, but you know, there's sort of zombies. Now, the premise of the movie is really good. It was a great movie with what I was able to watch until my headache came back with anger. So I took another Tylenol and then I passed it on the couch. So I slept. That was great. And then I woke up and then I sort of ate dinner. I really wasn't hungry, but I just heated up some of the food I had made earlier today. And my headache, I think because it's the Tylenol's like kicking in, so I feel good, so I'm gonna go with it, and now I'm here filming. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes because I have had just awful headaches. It seems now for like a good month, and now I'm like, you know what, it's time for me to go to the doctor. So tomorrow I'm gonna call tomorrow and book a doctor's appointment because my headaches are just getting more and more frequent. I don't know why. Although this week work-wise is super busy. But I mean, it is what it is. Your health is your wealth. So I'll just talk to my supervisor. And I mean, I'm sure some of the meetings, they'll be able to stand in for me. and then fill me in after because they're like team meetings. But Thursday for sure I have to be at work. Like it's super busy Thursday. But yeah, so I don't know, like I've just been getting more and more headaches. I get them about the past couple of weeks. It's been like 3 to 4 headaches a week, and some of them are just brutal. And like even if I'm taking Tylenol, staying hydrated, like it's not great. So yeah, but it's supposed to be rainy all this week here in Ontario, so part of me is like, maybe it's just like weather headaches, which is pretty common for me for this time of year, but it just seems this year they're very excessive. So we'll see what happens with that. But in terms of other things, today's been a pretty good day. Yeah, I cannot complain. I mean, I got my tea, I got my jammies on. It's, you know, around 7:30 at night. I'll be going to bed early. But yeah, so I cannot really complain at all. But yeah, I actually talked about my tea. It's like, I think it's cooled enough. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so, yeah. So besides that, like life has just been lifing. It's been busy. Obviously, I've just been busy. But outside of all the craziness, reading wise, I was able to finish my book, well, one of my books this week. I ended up finishing The King of Flesh and Bone by Liz Zander. It's a book on Kindle Unlimited. It is a dark romance. It wasn't as gruesome as one of the other books I had read by her, but it definitely was at some points a little on the chilling side. Again, it is a very adult book. And I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am back. I apologize. My microphone that was hooked up to my phone was like blinking, telling me the battery was dying. So I just plugged that in. There's now no microphone. It is what it is. I mean, I think I'm loud enough that you will still be able to hear me. But as I was saying before, I had, oh my gosh, what is happening? Why do I have a drill crammed into this thing? Oh, okay, this is fine. This is fine. There. Okay. As I was saying before I had popped off, yeah, The King of Flesh and Bone by Liz Zander. It was chilling in a sense that you sort of had like zombies, like undead, but they weren't like violent. Like they weren't trying to hurt you. It was definitely a very interesting concept, and it ended on the biggest cliffhanger of life. So I need to go on Kindle Unlimited and see if the sequel is available. I imagine it is, because most of the time on Kindle Unlimited, if you have the first book of a series, then the rest of the series is available if you have a subscription. So I definitely want to go and get the second one, because it ended on the biggest cliffhanger, and I'm like, what type of ending was that? Like, it was just wild. So like, I cannot imagine, because I'm pretty sure it's just a duology. And I'm like, when I discovered Liv Zander, like all of her books are like completed duologies, as far as I know, at least the ones that I've read. So I've been very fortunate where I don't have to wait. But like this book, how it ended, and like if there were readers that were like reading her books as they were coming out, like I would have been so mad having to wait for how, like, who knows how long. So yes, the book ended up on a cliffhanger. Definitely need to source out the second one. I'm sure it's just on Kindle Unlimited, but anyway. So yeah, so, and then I made quite a bit of progress on Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I'm almost done it. I have a feeling that will be the book that I will focus on this week, because I think now I have maybe just over 100 pages. So I mean, depending on how long it takes me to like edit and upload and get this video organized. Because normally when I'm done filming a WIP'n chat, I like put it on my MacBook, and then I like start the editing process in iMovie, and then I'll export it so that I can upload it onto my YouTube channel. So we'll see if, depending on how much time I have before bed, how much I end up reading of Throne of Glass, but I'm definitely almost done it. And it's like a weird amount because Throne of Glass is one of those books that I'm just really into it. So when I read it, I feel like I read it pretty fast-ish, even though I've been reading it for a while, but I also have like other books on the go. But I find like with how Sarah J Maas writes, especially like her ends, like the end of books, like it's just like she sucks you in and you can't put the book down. And I'm the type of reader where when something really exciting is happening in a book, I tend to just read faster. I don't know why. It's just how I am. So it's one of those things now where I'm like, I don't really want to bring the book with me to work because I'll probably finish it on my lunch break. Especially if I read a good chunk tonight, then for sure I'll finish it tomorrow on my lunch break. And I'd rather bring a book with me to work that, you know, I have quite a ways to go, or just bring my e-reader with me to work, because then if I finish the book, there's other books in my e-reader that I'm like, okay, on to the next I go. That's why I love my e-reader. I mean, there's other reasons why I love the e-reader. I mean, I can make the font like nice and big so I can like read my books in bed without my glasses on, which is great. And my e-reader has the backlight, so I can just read in bed, and I can bring like how many, I think I don't know how many books I have on my e-reader, but like I can just bring it with me to travel, and like I will never run out of books. So yeah. Anyway, okay, that's enough about me fangirling about my e-reader. It's a very special electronic device. I think it's like between my phone and my e-reader, those are like the two devices, like technological devices that I use like all the time. I think it was like phone, e-reader, and then my iPad. Because my iPad, if I'm crafting, then normally I'm watching YouTube or like Disney Plus. Yeah. Also, if you hear like any knocking or drilling, the people above me are doing something in their unit. I don't know what they're doing, but there was drilling. But I don't know if my phone is picking it up right now. But anyway, so yeah, so I am almost done Throne of Glass. That will be the book I'm focusing on this week to try and finish. And then I am still reading, oh gosh, I can't remember, but I organized it so that my Goodreads would be ready for me to pick up. So, I still am reading The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. Haven't made a whole lot of progress in that book. Actually, since the last time we chatted, I have not read it at all. And then for my book club, we started reading the book And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. That one I did start. I started it on Friday night. So far it's really cute. But then again, the first book, what was it? Late Night Caller, I think was the name of it. That one was so good. So I'm really excited. It's the sequel. It's, you know, a highly anticipated read, definitely, this year amongst the girls in my book club. So we're all super excited. My one friend, she already finished it. She finished it in like a week. And that says something. So I'm like, okay, it's, you know, and I don't think it's that long. So anyway, so that one I just started. I probably will not be done. As long as I finish it before the end of April, we're good. That's the goal. But yeah, so those are the books I have on the go. Definitely haven't been reading as much. In terms of my TV shows, I finished Heated Rivalry. I think I mentioned that last week. I'm looking forward to season 2. I won't lie. And then I picked back up with The Good Doctor. That's sort of like a show that every so often I'll watch an episode here and there. I don't have any reality TV shows on the go right now. So if you have a reality TV show that you recommend, please let me know. Because if you're new here, hi, I'm Lily and I love reality TV. Although the new season of Below Deck, I think the episodes come out on Wednesdays or Tuesdays. I don't know. But anyway, one of those days, because then it's available for me to watch on demand. So, I mean, other than Below Deck. But I need one that I can binge. Yeah, I mean, I was watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Or no, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Oh gosh. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. That's a tongue twister for me. But yeah, I was watching that. I guess I could go back to that one. I miss Spots. Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, so that was that. And then what else was I watching? Oh, and of course I've been watching season 2 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. That's really good. Really, really good show. But again, I like monster movies. I like dinosaurs, so it just makes sense. But yeah, so although I'm almost done with that, sorry, the drills are like all the way at the far end of my table. Well, not on my table. It's like a separate table. Anyway, it's a long story. We don't need to go into that. But yeah, so that is what I've been watching. And of course, Bob's Burgers is my go-to. Love Bob's Burgers. It's just the greatest show of life. Doesn't even matter like how many times I've seen it. It's just one of those shows. Oh, and then there's Abbott Elementary, but I haven't watched any Abbott Elementary in a while. I don't know. I just haven't been in the mood. I've just been enjoying all my monster zombie things. Oi. Okay, this is E. No. I need A. There we go. Okay. And then in other things, we talked about my movies, TV, books. I guess I need to talk about my diamond painting situation. I mean, maybe that's why you're here. I don't know. There we go. Okay. So this weekend, I was very bad with my diamond painting. Very, very bad. I had told myself that I would be going on a, you know, not a no buy, but a low buy. Where essentially I was going to try really hard to not be buying diamond paintings. I need like my dollar sign. Dollar sign. There's like one, oh, and I still have the ABs to do. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. So as I was saying, I had told myself and I had told all of you that I was going to try really hard to not purchase new diamond paintings unless they were my must-buy artists. And the goal was for me to really try and work through my stash. Well, this week did not go well at all. First of all, the Saturday releases for Diamond Art Club were brutal. There was Miss Holly. There was, actually no, we're going to start with Tuesday. I think it all started to go downhill Tuesday or Wednesday because Diamond Art Club did a Mother's Day release, which it was like a midweek drop. And with midweek drops here in Ontario, hold on, let me just set up this section. I have to move my light pad over. Okay. I think this is the first time I've finished a section and started a section on the same video. There. And let me grab a color. Let me grab a couple colors. Okay, maybe we'll do, why? Okay. I saw it and then I'm like, why are there so many colors? Okay, we'll just grab this. We'll do this. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of them and bring them over. We'll do that one. And Okay, I brought like a ton of colors over, so I shouldn't have to keep switching. But anyway, so as I was saying, this week the releases were brutal because the midweek release released a Miss Holly, which was, I think it was called Me Time, and I remember it from voting. And I was set to purchase it. I was like, you know what? I am going to purchase this kit, and I'm going to purchase it with Harmony in the Highlands by Steve Sundrum, because as I discussed last week, Harmony in the Highlands came back in stock as a pre-order, and I had told myself that if it was still in stock on Saturday, and there was a release that I had wanted, which was a Miss Holly, then I would be purchasing Harmony in the Highlands. Well, little did I realize that Harmony in the Highlands was a pre-order. And so with that being said, I was like, I will not purchase Harmony in the Highlands with a kit that is already ready to ship, because everything will ship once the pre-order comes in, so it wouldn't ship until May. So I was like, okay, cancel this plan. But then Diamond Art Club released Me Time by Miss Holly, and I was like, yes. A Miss Holly kit, like what is happening? This was unexpected, because Diamond Art Club in their VIP Facebook group had put a Miss Holly diamond painting as the new cover photo, and I was like, that kit's not the same, like what's going on? Why are there so many Miss Holly kits? And if you're new here, Miss Holly is my favorite artist from Diamond Art Club. I have pretty much all of her diamond paintings, except for the chocolate one, because that one I just wasn't interested in. And now the Me Time one, because one, I was at work, so like in all fairness, I'm at work, so it's not like I can just be like pause my work day to go, because I am in a very people-centered job, so that I understand. But like apparently it did not stay in stock very long, like people were like raging. But anyway, so I missed out on the Me Time. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You know what? So I signed up for a restock notification, and you know, sometime later this year, I imagine it will come back in stock. It is what it is. It's fine. It's not the end of the world, because it wasn't a limited edition. Now, as the week went on, Diamond Art Club kept showing their new releases for Saturday, and their new releases for Saturday, I was just like, oh my gosh, because there was a new Jeremy Kettner piece. It was like ramen kitty or something. It was so cute. Like that one, I was like, okay, this one is going on my wish list 100%, because I was waiting for this Miss Holly kit. There's a new Margaret Morales kit. That one went on my wish list. What else was there? Oh, there's a new Mrs. Butter D, but that one, Mrs. Butter D is very interesting because her kits are very hit and miss for me. I've only done one, but there's been a couple that have been in voting that I'm like, if it ever becomes a diamond painting, 100% I will need to purchase it. But yeah, so anyway. And then finally, Diamond Art Club showcased the Miss Holly kit, and I'm like, yes, that is coming home with me, folks. So long story short, I decided to redeem my diamond painting points, and I have a lot of points. And in Canada, when you do like a $50, so Diamond Art Club points are in USD. So when I redeem $50 from Diamond Art Club in Canada, it's like 70 something right now with the exchange rate. And for whatever reason, I always forget to redeem my points, so they just keep accumulating. So, and I normally just redeem $50 at a time, because the one time I made a mistake and I redeemed 100, not realizing that it had to go through the exchange rate. And yeah, it was a little bit of a situation, because then I was like scrambling to try and find like stuff to fill my cart. It is what it is. So long story short, on Saturday, I ended up purchasing my Miss Holly kit. I was very, very lucky that I was able to get it, because it was like people were shopping, okay? Like things were selling out left, right, and center. It was crazy. But I was very, very fortunate to get my hands on the new Miss Holly kit. And then because it was with my points, I picked up just some multi placers, because normally those are really good to get me to the free shipping threshold. And then after all this happened, right, Diamond Art Club made like a big post on their like Facebook group, essentially explaining, you know, how their inventory works, because people were like really upset with how like fast things sold out. And then like it was just a lot of drama, and I was like, yeah, I can't handle it, peace out, I'm just, you know, going to hermit. But part of that post was them saying, you know, now a lot of our restocks are going to be as pre-orders because our warehouse just doesn't have the space. And then I was like, oh. So then I was like, oh, I still have points to use. I'm going to redeem my points to get me Harmony in the Highlands by Steve Sundrum. I forgot the name of the kit for a moment. So on Saturday, I went back on Diamond Art Club's website and I ordered Harmony in the Highlands. And I was like, ooh, these are 2 diamond painting orders back to back. Like, this is like unheard of. I'm trying to be good. This is not good, but YOLO. And then today I was minding my own business, and it was when I was diamond painting, actually. It's sort of ironic. But yeah, I was minding my own business, and out of nowhere, I got a restock notification telling me that Welcome to My Room by the Gubu family was back in stock. And that was a kit that came out during Black Friday, and I obviously did not pick it up. So I was like, well then. So I very, very quickly, why is this being wonky? That's weird. Okay, sorry team. And I was bad. So today I made another Diamond Art Club purchase. But this time I got Welcome to My Room by the Gubu family. And then to get myself to 3 free shipping, I got the new Finding Nemo Dory Little Diamonds kit. Yeah. So, I mean... And then on top of all this, today I got a notification telling me that my, what's it called? Miss Holly diamond painting has shipped. And then my Harmony in the Highlands diamond painting will be shipping on May 5th. And then my Gubu family one will be shipping on May 10th. So the month of May, I will be getting quite a bit of packages. My bad. But in like my defense, I am going to go through my diamond painting stash, and I will be looking into potentially destashing some diamond paintings, especially ones that maybe no longer fit my personal taste. But yeah, this weekend was a little rough with the diamond painting business. It's not my fault. It's just, you know, but on the bright side, I did put quite a few on my wish list. So the Kettner's on there, the Margaret Morales one, obviously all the Finding Nemo little diamond kits are on there, because Finding Nemo is one of my favorite Disney Pixar movies. I would like to see a Squirt though, the little turtle. And I would also like to see like a big full-size diamond painting from Finding Nemo. Like maybe like the tank gang all together, like in the fish tank, or like when it's like Ray's school and it's all the little fishies at their like little school in the reef. I don't know. Clearly I really like Finding Nemo. I mean, it makes sense. I love fish, but anyway. But yeah. So that is what happened in terms of my shopping. So I was not the greatest, but that's okay. It happens. It happens. And then on top of all this, with my diamond painting news, I was getting a little antsy working on the square canvas, and I decided to, so back in January, I had made a video talking about my most anticipated diamond painting kits of this year that I want to work on. So I am in the process of flattening out because I really needed a round kit, to be honest. I just need like a little bit of a change with drill shape, which is fair, because I've just been doing squares nonstop. But I did unravel and is currently flattening out one of my like really, really old Diamond Dots kits. It's like a Pegasus in front of the moon, but it's a partial. So you're only diamond painting the Pegasus. So that one is flattening. I have not kitted it up yet. I was hoping to kit it up this weekend, but that's not happening. And then the, what is it? Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn. That one I have not kitted up yet. I also just don't like kitting up projects. So yeah, so sometime this week I will be sitting down and just kitting up diamond paintings so that they're ready to go. But yeah, just because, like, don't get me wrong, I've been really enjoying this kit, and now that I'm like in a good groove with it, it's easier. Like, now I'm familiar with the colors, the symbols, you know, and my eyes have gotten used to not seeing like the image, like seeing the image be revealed. But at the same time, I'm like, I just also would like to do, you know, maybe something more spring-like, not still being Halloween. I've already accepted my Miss Holly Christmas kit. I'll get to it at a later date. I'm not overly worried, to be honest. But yeah, so that's that. So we'll see what's going on, what I end up, or not what but when I end up kitting up the other kits. But with this kit here, I did realize that based off of the progress that I've made, after I'm done this row, I'm like literally just over the halfway mark. So that's nice, like in terms of the progress that I've made. So that is exciting. I am getting there, very slow, but you know, but I mean, I won't lie, like this kit is quite confetti heavy. Like it has its moments where it's really confetti heavy, but then when I'm working on like the darker sections, it's a lot more color blocking because you're just filling in the, what's it called? The background. So I mean, that's fine. When it comes to like, I imagine what I'm working on right now is either another ghost, because I did do 2 ghosts already, which I didn't know they were ghosts until I looked like from a distance. But I imagine right now I'm either working on more ghosts or it's maybe more mushrooms, flowers, or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, this kit is really beautiful though. Really, really pretty. But yeah, definitely after this, I will not be working on a Halloween kit anytime soon. That's for sure. Although this one gets away with it because it is very colorful, and that makes me happy. Like when I was working on the previous section with all like the bright colors, I was like, okay, yes, this is doing well. Like I like this. This is nice. So yeah. I'm just like, okay, there we go. I find that like when I open up a new section to start working on, it always takes me a while to get my eyes adjusted again to finding all the different symbols. And then as I fill it in, obviously it gets better because there's less symbols to look for. But yeah, so it is coming along. I can't complain. So yeah. So besides all this, there is some other news. I know this is a really long WIP'n chat. I apologize, but like I said, it's been a busy week. I think I have officially joined the BTS army. I think that's what you call their fandom. Because this past week, instead of me like listening to only Taylor Swift on my drive to and from work, I've been listening to BTS nonstop. Their new album, I'm addicted to. I cannot pronounce it properly. I think I can't say it. I don't know how to pronounce it. But their new album, I am in love. I am in love with their album. I have been watching like clips from their like, I guess they're touring right now. So I've been watching clips of their performance out in Korea. There was like some live Netflix live stream that I'm like, I now need to go and watch that. Like, I'm just so fascinated with their dancing, their singing. Like, it is impressive. And like how synchronized they are. Again, really impressive. So that is my newest obsession. It's just BTS. I've been watching like a lot of their interviews on YouTube too. They're like hilarious human beings. So precious. But yeah, that's what's been going on. It's just been a week. And I'm like, I'm still a Swiftie at heart, don't get me wrong. I mean, but now I'm like, oh, BTS. I want to listen to BTS. And that's all I've been playing. So at the end of the year, my Spotify Wrapped is going to be really interesting. I think I got all this color. Yeah, I did. But yeah, so that's what's been going on in my world. I think I've covered everything now, other than the fact that I am like determined to make major progress on this diamond painting this week. I mean, I've got 2 more, like, well, 3 sections to go, and then I'll kit up the next row. But yeah, it's coming along. This is actually a really big diamond painting though. It's a lot, and it is taking me a lot longer than diamond paintings of this size normally take, but that's okay because I'm enjoying it and that's what counts. Yay me. Okay, so with that being said, in terms of videos this week, I actually do not know what I have uploaded, because normally the Thursday videos are videos that I filmed like well in advance. And I'm not too sure what this week's video is that I have set up. Unless I don't have anything set up. Yikes. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Classic me. But in terms of this coming week, it's going to be a busy one for work. I've got a meeting after school tomorrow, which is our monthly staff meeting. And then I have Thursday's a really big day at work. I've got on report cards and IEPs are due, and then outside of work I have just my dance class right now. That's the only thing I have outside of work. So hopefully outside of work in my evenings I will be making some progress on this diamond painting. That's the goal. Keep plugging away at it. I'd like to be close to finishing it by the end of April. That would be nice. Because like I said, my goal is to have this diamond painting done by the end of this year for sure. So right now this one is my focus project, and then I mean, unless I get really tired of doing squares and then I end up just working on that weird little partial that I have from Diamond Dots. I say weird because I literally found it at like a Value Village, fully intact, but the box was destroyed. Make it make sense. So as far as I know, everything is there. It looks untouched, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, I'm going to keep plugging away at this. The goal is have this done this year, preferably be almost done with it in the month of April. I don't think I will have this kit finished by May 1st. I mean, if I do, it would be a miracle. But I counted how many squares I have when I like set up this row, and there was like 35. So like 35 sections. We're already in the middle of April. I don't think it's going to happen. Unless I do like, you know, a section and a half a day, 2 sections a day, even then, you know, or if there's like randomly one section, it's just all color blocking and I can just like zoom through it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay, so with that being said, this is what I got done. So it's very colorful. It is a very colorful diamond painting. Like, don't get me wrong, really cute. Okay, so with that being said, if you did enjoy today's video, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. Of course, if you are looking for more diamond painting content, you can find me on my Instagram at ShineBrightDiamonds2023. So until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye everyone.